Hello everyone, my name is Natalia and today we're gonna do the second and final part of the hippopotamus. Let me show you how it turned out in pink. It turned out super cute. I loved it. Honestly, I liked both colors. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. And without further ado, let's get started. Let's start with the legs. And before that, I wanted to show you that I put this plastic on the legs to make them a bit flatter. I put it on the back legs, on the front legs, the plastic. I took it from a folder. But honestly, it's not necessary. If you don't have it or don't want to use it, it's not necessary. It's just because it makes it a bit flatter and, well, in this case I like it better, but it's not necessary. If you don't currently have it, that's perfectly fine. We are going to carefully make a magic ring with exactly 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 stitches. This foundational step is crucial for starting your crochet project. This initial ring forms the very base of your work, ensuring a tight and neat center for your piece. We close our ring. For round number 2, we're going to make 6 increases. Let's hide this yarn tail as we go. There I made 1 stitch and we need to mark it because it will be the first stitch. There I have my first increase. The second increase, make 4 more and we'll come back. You need to do 1, 2, 3 and 4 more for round number 3. We make a single crochet, mark it and then an increase. That's the sequence. We repeat it and finish with 18 single crochets. Make 1 stitch, 1 increase, 1 stitch and 1 increase until you reach the end. For round 4, we make 2 single crochets mark. The first one, then the second and now an increase. That's the sequence. We repeat it and finish with 24 single crochets. Make 2 stitches on and 2, then an increase, 1 and 2 and an increase for round 5. We're going to make 1 single crochet in each stitch, but only grabbing the inner loop. So we carefully mark the very first stitch of this round, which is an important step for maintaining accuracy. And now, from round number 6 all the way through to round number 10, you will meticulously make 1 single crochet stitch into each and every stitch around the entire circumference. It is absolutely essential that you consistently remember to always mark the first stitch of each subsequent round to ensure you stay on track and avoid any potential errors in your stitch count. That way we don't lose track and finish with 24 stitches. Keep going like this and we'll come back. I'm finishing round number 10 and I have 1 last stitch to make. The marker would go here and I still need to make that stitch. I'm going to do it, but I'm going to change colors. We're going to switch to white, which will be for the shorts. You can use whatever color you like. I make a slip knot in the yarn, so I make the single crochet, but I don't finish it with the pink yarn. Instead, I finish it with the white yarn or whichever color you're going to use. Like this. Let's adjust it. And now, as we keep crocheting, we're going to hide this tail, and this one will be for the next round. Round 11, 1 single crochet in each stitch. Right where we change the color. To begin, you must carefully and precisely place the designated marker at the initial starting point. Once this first marker is accurately positioned, you will then need to systematically continue this exact same procedure, meticulously placing additional markers one after another, following a consistent and methodical approach. You should diligently repeat this entire process, ensuring each marker is correctly situated, until you have successfully reached the absolute and final endpoint of the designated area or sequence. This continuous and repetitive action of placing markers is crucial for completing the task thoroughly and accurately from its inception to its conclusion. I leave these 2 yarn tails inside, just as they are, and now I'm going to add the plastic I mentioned. Continue with the white yarn until you finish round 12. We also make one single crochet in each stitch. Mark the first stitch. I finished round 12 and now we're going to close it. We close with a slip stitch, make one chain and cut the yarn. We do this for the first leg, but for the second leg please do not cut the yarn because we are going to join it for leg number 2. I've just finished round 12 and now I'm going to make 6 chain stitches right where I am. Don't make them too tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now we're going to join with this leg. If you can, leave the part where the color changes facing inwards, so join somewhere around here. It doesn't matter exactly which stitch you go into. This part will be on the inside and won't be very visible. I'm going to insert the hook around here more or less and make a single crochet, this single crochet. We're going to mark this stitch because that's where we'll start the round. Now we're going to keep crocheting all the way around this leg, the 24 stitches on this leg, and we'll hide this yarn tail as we go. I currently possess the distinct numerical values of 2, 3, 4, and 5. These specific integers are part of a sequence or collection that I am referencing at this moment. Each number from 2 to 5 is individually acknowledged and presented as a distinct entity within this context. Keep crocheting all the way around here until you reach this part, and then we'll come back so I can show you what to do next. I've reached the spot I mentioned, and now we're going to make 6 single crochets into the 6 chains we made. Okay? This way I can show you better with both. Here are the chains. Okay, you need to make a single crochet here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you just continue right here. And also here, as you usually do. We are currently observing a specific numerical progression, which commences with the initial integer, the digit 1. Immediately following this, we encounter a repetition of the same numerical value, another instance of the digit 1. Subsequently, the sequence advances to include the digit 2, which is then succeeded by the digit 3. Continuing this ordered arrangement, we then find the digit 4 followed by the digit 5. Finally, the progression culminates with the inclusion of the digit 6, thereby completing this distinct and ordered series of single-digit integers. And now we keep crocheting along this other leg, single crochets as well. Alright, now keep crocheting all along the leg, and when we get here we'll come back to do this part together. I've also reached here, and we're going to make 6 more stitches, 6 single crochets along the chains. These are the ones we made at the beginning, and we'll do one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6th one here. Okay, and that's precisely where we will completely finish this particular round, ultimately ending up with a grand total of 60 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and if you want, before continuing, count the stitches. Just in case, you should have 60, and whenever you want you can start stuffing the legs. Let's move on to round 14 and make 9 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a substantial, very noticeable and significant increase in the overall quantity and volume. Repeat the sequence and finish with 66 single crochets. Do 9 single crochets and an increase, 9 single crochets and an increase, until you reach the marker. For this particular round, which is round 15, we are going to meticulously make a total of 24 single crochets. We will start by counting 1, 2, and then it's important to mark the very first one you made. Continue counting 3, 4, and so on until you have successfully reached the full count of 24 stitches. I have just now completed all of my 24 stitches and they are looking great. And now we're going to create a sequence and increase a stitch and increase a stitch and repeat it 6 times. This is to shape the belly part of the hippopotamus a bit. So let's do both together. We are now going to do an increase and then we will work a single stitch, completing this step. First, we will begin with an increase, carefully forming a new stitch. Following this, we will execute a single stitch, ensuring it is neat and secure. Then, we will proceed with another increase, creating yet another new stitch in the sequence. This will be followed by another individual stitch placed precisely. We will continue this pattern, an increase which adds a new stitch to our work, and then a subsequent single stitch, maintaining the rhythm. Again, an increase will be performed, adding to the fabric, and then a final solitary stitch will complete this segment of the pattern. This methodical repetition of increasing and stitching builds the foundation of our project, ensuring consistent growth and texture throughout the piece. And I'm going to check how many I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm missing one more, so I do an increase. And I finish with a and I finish with a stitch. Now, we will keep on crocheting all the way around this entire piece here. We will continue with single crochets until we ultimately reach the marker, which will then leave us with exactly 30 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, until we finally reach the marker. And in total, upon completion of these steps, we will ultimately achieve a grand total of 72 individual single crochets. Now, moving forward, from round 16 all the way through to round 21, you should meticulously make one single crochet stitch in each and every stitch. Furthermore, you have the option to begin the stuffing process as you diligently work through these rounds, if you find that more convenient and helpful for maintaining the shape and form of your creation. Continue like this until round 21, and we'll come back. I've finished round 21 and now moving on to round 22, which says 10 single crochet. And now we're going to do a decrease. We finish with 66 single crochets and repeat the sequence. 10 single crochets, 1 decrease, 10 single crochets, 1 decrease for round 23. We are now going to meticulously create one single crochet stitch in each and every available stitch around the entire piece. This precise method will ensure that by the time we reach the end of this particular round, we will have a grand total of exactly 66 single crochet stitches. This number is crucial for maintaining the correct dimensions and shape of our project. I have already diligently progressed and moved forward to round number 24, and within this specific round I have successfully completed and made precisely 9 individual single crochet stitches. These 9 stitches represent the initial progress in this current round, setting the foundation for the remaining work. And now we do a decrease and repeat the sequence, 9 single crochets and 1 decrease, ending with 60 stitches. Now here are the instructions for round 25. Make 1 single crochet in each stitch, and you should also end with 60 stitches. For round 26, I've already moved ahead and made 8 single crochets. Now I do a decrease and repeat the sequence of 8 single crochets and 1 decrease. We finished with 54 stitches. Now, from rounds 27 to 30, make 1 single crochet in each stitch. I always make sure to mark the very first stitch of the round, and we will finish this particular round, which is round 31, with a total of 54 stitches. For this next part, we are going to make 1 single crochet stitch in each and every stitch, but it is important to remember that we are only going to grab the outer loop of each stitch. So, carefully mark the very first stitch of your work, and then, with precision, grab only the outer loop of that stitch, okay? Continue working in this exact manner, repeating these steps precisely until you ultimately reach the designated marker. Once you have successfully completed your entire round, carefully cut the yarn, making sure to leave a fairly long tail, and then gently pull it through the last loop here. Subsequently, take this long yarn tail and thread it onto a needle, specifically the black one, as it is ideal for weaving in ends and finishing your project neatly. I'm going to skip a stitch, skip this stitch, and go in here, and now from where we finished off, grabbing only the inner loop like this, and it looks like a little stitch, and now we're going to weave in the end from the inside. In round 31, remember that we only picked up the outer loop for round 31. Now we're going to do the following. We're going to make 1 single crochet in each stitch, but this time picking up the inner loop, which you can see here, look, it's this one right here, using the color you've chosen for the body of the hippopotamus. Tie a secure knot at the very end. It's truly not difficult at all. Then carefully make 2 distinct chains, one and then the second. This particular chain will effectively count as the very first single crochet stitch. As always, we'll hide this yarn tail as we go and simply make single crochets all along here, picking up the outer loop actually. As I mentioned before, the inner loop. In round 31, we meticulously performed that particular task. We diligently worked our way into the intricate inner loop and then subsequently into the expansive outer loop. This specific part of the process is designed to make it visually appear much more like a short-form video. I will now proceed to show you the demonstration here so that you can clearly observe and understand precisely how these short-form videos will ultimately look and function. So we will continue working like this, making 1 single crochet stitch in each and every stitch until we ultimately reach the very end for this particular round 32. We meticulously make 1 single crochet stitch into each and every stitch along the row, ensuring to carefully grab both of the loops as is our standard practice for this technique. It is crucial to accurately mark the very first stitch of the row, as we always do, to maintain proper stitch count and alignment. We will then diligently continue this precise method, repeating these steps consistently until we reach the absolute end of the current row or section. For round 33, we will now do exactly 7 single crochets and then a decrease stitch. Repeat the entire sequence, 7 single crochets and a decrease. You'll ultimately end up with 48 stitches in total. Now, from round 34 all the way to round 38, make 1 single crochet in each and every stitch. In each stitch, we'll ultimately end up with 48 single crochets. And whenever you desire, you can begin the process of stuffing. For round 39, I meticulously did 6 single crochets, and now I will make a decrease, and we will then repeat this entire sequence. 6 single crochets and a decrease, and we finish with 42 stitches for round 40. I did 5 single crochets, and now I make a decrease. And we repeat the sequence. 5 single crochets, 1 decrease. 5 single crochets, 1 degree. We finish with 36 stitches. For round 41, we do 4 single crochets and now a decrease. Repeat the sequence and finish with 30 single crochets. For round 42, I did 3 single crochets and a decrease. Repeat the sequence and finish with 24 stitches. And whenever you want, you can also keep stuffing this whole part. We finish round 42, and from here we remove the marker and pull from here. Cut a long strand so we can sew the head. We're going to sew the head, and look, I pinned it in place with pins. See? And as you can see, it needs to be as straight as possible. When you see that you like the position, that's when we start sewing. Stuff this part well, and at the end, leave a gap and fill in whatever is missing. Then you will meticulously finish the sewing process. You are going to sew in a very specific manner, following these precise steps. With this particular strand, which we carefully left extending from the main body of the piece, I will now gently but firmly hook it through the designated area of the head and then continue to secure it through the next section. I am going to carefully and deliberately hook it into place, ensuring a strong and seamless connection between these two parts. Please bear with me for just a moment as I prepare to demonstrate this technique for you. I will now meticulously guide you through the process, illustrating precisely how to execute this maneuver. Observe closely as I proceed, specifically focusing on the precise movement through the head and then, subsequently, through the neck. This detailed approach ensures a comprehensive understanding of each critical step involved in the procedure, allowing for a clear and thorough demonstration of the entire sequence. This method is crucial for achieving the desired outcome effectively and efficiently, ensuring all necessary components are addressed with precision and care. This particular way, the path we are currently observing, is perfectly acceptable and indeed quite suitable for our purposes. As you proceed along this route, you will find yourself navigating in a continuous sweeping motion, encircling the designated area in a manner that is both fluid and consistent. The journey involves a complete circumambulation, moving steadily and deliberately around the entire perimeter, maintaining a consistent trajectory. This method ensures a thorough and comprehensive traversal, allowing for a complete circuit to be made. You will continue to advance in this fashion, maintaining the established circular or curvilinear progression, ensuring that the entire circumference is covered with precision and an unwavering commitment to the intended course. The movement is designed to be perpetual, a continuous loop that guides you seamlessly through the designated space, ensuring no part is left unexplored or unobserved. This consistent, unbroken movement around the specified area is the intended and most effective approach for achieving our objective, ensuring a complete and exhaustive coverage of the entire region in question. And as I said at the end, leave a little gap, stuff it well, and then we'll come back to tie a knot to finish. Now I will tie a knot and carefully hide it inside the body. Next, let's make the arms. This part is the same as the legs, so I'll leave the detailed instructions here for you. It's clearly written. Okay, you will complete rounds 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, we are ready for round number 5. We make 1 single crochet in each stitch, but only grabbing the inner loop, like this, okay? We keep going like this, and then we will come back. Now, from rounds number 6 to 23, you should make 1 single crochet in each and every stitch, carefully grabbing both loops as you usually would. Keep going like this, and come back for round 24. We're going to make 1 single crochet, mark it, and then a decrease. That's the sequence: 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. I've already put in the plastic, the one I mentioned, to make the feet flatter. If you want, you can add it and if not, that's fine too. And whenever you like, you can start stuffing. I stuffed from here downwards. I've already stuffed it, and now we're going to close it. We close it like this. We're going to join it this way and finish off with single crochet. I make a chain and cut a long strand for sewing. Next, the body, and from here we pull. We need to make 2 identical arms. We're going to sew the arms. I've already sewn this one and attached it there. Check the image to see right below the head. That's precisely where I carefully and deliberately placed it, securely positioned on the side of the main structure. From this strategic point, we then meticulously attach a significant part of the main body and a substantial portion of the arm. We do this in a precise manner, just like this. Now we repeat the entire process once more, carefully guiding it through the central body section and then through the extended arm, ensuring a firm and stable connection. And when you see that it's nice and secure, just make a knot down here. Now let's make the hooves and check the image to see roughly where to place them. Okay. I did 3, 3, and 3, and look, I put 2 pins in 2 stitches like this. 1, 2. I left 2 stitches free. 1, 2, and I put 2 more pins. I left 2 stitches free and 2 more pins that take up 2 stitches. Where the pins are is where the hooves will go. Then I threaded a white color, doubled it, and tied a knot at the end. I go in from the back here, and let's make the first one. From here, without a knot, so it disappears. And it will take up 2 rows, 1 and 2 rows up. And I simply go over it several times. And now I'm going to make the other one. From here, we'll go ahead and make the other one. And you do it the same way. Then, with these 2 strands, with these 2, you tie a knot and hide the thread inside. Okay? You make these 2 the same on the legs and on the front leg. And that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this little time spent knitting. I really like the result. They turned out very cute. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Sending you a big kiss, and I'll see you in the next video.